you are going to sink like a stone.
You're not exactly the typical swimmer.
If I get caught in a tide, it could be 24 hours.
The plan is to put you in some pretty dark places.
This guy have a lot of guts.
This is the biggest challenge I've ever done.
Right, left enter! Quick. March! Right,
Just arrived at Lympstone, Devon. Always come down to here, to the Royal Marines. Every one of my challenges, really, just because of the strange nature of my sporting hobbies. I'm a regular. Gonna get my pass. Thanks ever so much. Thank you, mate.
Welcome to Commando Training Centre.
Thank you so much.
So you've got fitness sorted, you've got your food sorted, but there's this whole mental aspect, like how's your mind gonna cope? Ultimately, I needed to get comfortable being uncomfortable, and the Royal Marines are kind of foremost experts at that.
What we want here is for guys to operate when they're tired, they're fatigued, and they're drained. And what we're going to put you through here is that we are going to make you wet, we're going to make you cold, we're going to make you uncomfortable, and we're going to push your body really, really hard.
3, 2, 1, down!
At some point over the next 24, 40 hours, your body is going to say, no, I don't want to do this anymore. But we're going to expect your mind to override your body to then keep delivering, because we think that's what's going to happen on your swim at some point in that, around that 16-hour window, when you've still got another 4 or 5 hours to push, and that log is only getting heavier, that your mind is going to have to override your body and say, keep swimming.
So now it was time to get into the shoes of a Marine recruit and experience firsthand the training these guys go through.
Right then, Ross, let's go, mate. We're going to make a rate around the 2 miles of undulating ground on the endurance course. I'm going to fire you through every single tunnel. As you come out of the tunnels, what I want you to do is a thing that we call tens. Well done, 10s then, good luck. Okay, where it's 10 press-ups, 10 sit-ups, 10 squats. Let's go, good. Once you've done that, we're going to carry on to the next set of tunnels. 2, 1, down! Good lad, compose yourself, and you will be crawling at some stages. Straight into it. Down, the water's going to be cold, suck it in. Okay, Ross, all the way in then. When we get to here, just have a little breather. Obviously, I think you can understand now, okay, just from doing the short part we've done, we've only done half of it, okay, how taxing that is on the body.
Yeah, I don't want to sound like a wimp, you know, when people go, the pebbles are hurting my knees, but they are hurting my knees.
That's exactly it.
And it's just everything that can make you uncomfortable, makes you uncomfortable around there. So this is kind of counterintuitive to what I understand. As an athlete, I wouldn't attempt this if I wasn't well rested, well fed, well hydrated.
Exactly, yeah.
Whereas the guys here, you know, you can't put your hand up and go, not really feeling it today. You know, so I know you're doing it.
And that is why we do this, okay, so we can build up mental robustness. We're mimicking this, so when they're in the field, you know, when we're in operations, okay, when they are tired, when they are, okay, not feeling their best, they can still push through and we can still get the job done physically and mentally. Ross, I think we've had enough time here. We managed you to catch your breath.
Yeah.
Right, ready to crack on?
Yeah.
Come on, mate, let's go.
Once my beasting with Benny was over, it was time to sit down with some of the recruits coming to the end of their commando training. I was told they were pretty much unbreakable at this point, so who better to chat to about what makes a Marine so mentally robust?
Athletes train to be their best, and we're trained to perform at our worst.
Somehow we just got this mental robustness at some point through training that we can go, yeah, okay, we're fucked, but we're going to carry on. You get to a point like when they say, right, well, we've dropped you off, they dropped you off in the wrong location, you're going to have to yomp so many miles now, sorry. And you just kind of look at the person next to you and go, oh, well, let's get it done.
It's just like mental games. Like, they want to see who is going to stick it out.
In a few weeks' time, I'm going to be across the Caribbean Sea. If there's any tips and tricks that you've got that I can kind of put in the mental locker.
You look at the reason why you started. You didn't start to not finish.
When you're really in the hurt locker and you're thinking, I don't know if I can carry on, just think, right, okay, like one more stroke or, you know, one more step.
I overheard a guy in the King's squad, and he was talking to his mate in the galley, and he just said to him, just don't rap. And like for me that was the simplest way of putting it. He's like, if you don't quit, then you will get there eventually.
Guys, thank you so much. That was awesome.
Thank you. Cheers.
Day 1 Royal Marine training down at Lympstone, done in the can. It's been very different to past visits here. I think before I've kind of come in fresh-faced, jumped into a lot of the tests and just gritted my teeth, just got through it. Whereas that's not the purpose of today. It was to sort of discover how you kind of bite down, grit your teeth and get through it. There's no point just constantly doing it blindly. If I can actually uncover the system, like the mechanisms that you use, then I can use it time and again when I'm out in the Caribbean. Day 1, signing out.
How you feeling, Ross, after yesterday?
Tender.
Ready for day 2?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, mate, as you can see, all right, we're down on the bottom field now.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this is where we get the recruit physically, okay, and mentally strong enough to be able to take on those commando tests at the end. I think now it's time to get on with the first exercise. So, let's go, let's do it! 1 foot, take up 2 foot landing, good lad, sprint away. Well done, good lad. Next obstacle, okay, is 6 foot wall. Nice explosive, stay low, good lad.
Recruits struggling to get over some of the mental hurdles marine training throws at them have access to the coaching advisory team.
Up and attacking is where we make our time up now.
I went to meet the guy who runs the unit to see if he had any tips he could give me.
Before I met you, your legend precedes you, and everyone's like, you need to go see Alexi. He's able to just switch something on, he's able to flip that switch. What is that? What is that you actually do?
You'll know this far better than me. In the middle of some kind of an epic endurance event, your intelligence is halved. You can only really think about really basic stuff. So I'm here to remind them of the basic stuff. That is all it is.
Good, Ross, now come on, it's not time to slow down.
So for your swim, the process is each stroke and the fluidity of each stroke, and the outcome is getting to the end. But to get to the end, you need to concentrate on the process. But if you start thinking about the outcome, you're not doing the process. So that's the irony of those two things. If you don't do that stuff, then unconsciously you fear failure, and that is what drives performance errors, because you are fixated on the outcome and not the process.
Now we've come down to the mud, where we take the recruits to build a bit of team bonding through shared hardship.
Failure is not failure, it's just a different course of action.
I think I've got it. Okay guys, as you can tell, this is a pretty epic moment. The guys who have just come around the corner with the guys who I met up with about 3 days ago, they've just completed their 30-mile yomp, which is the final commando test. And just to witness this, I feel kind of privileged. Everything that they spoke about in terms of mental fortitude and everything now is kind of represented in the fact that they're actually getting their green berets. I've come to the end of my time here, and one of the main things that I've learned is not to focus on the outcome, so don't focus on the end result. For the swim, that means not even thinking about the beach at the end, not even thinking about everybody, family and friends welcoming me in, but just focus on the process. So just put one arm in front of the other as efficiently as possible, and if you keep doing that, the outcome's inevitable, you will get to that. Also as well, I've got to be honest, I was a little bit nervous. The swim is now just a few weeks away, but what the Royal Marines have taught me and really shown me as well, because they practice what they preach, is that the body and the mind is much tougher than we often give it credit for. And ultimately, if the best advice I was given is really just don't rap, don't quit. And as long as I keep focusing on the process, putting one arm in front of the other, I will eventually cross the Caribbean Sea with a tree attached to my trunks. So ultimately, feeling a little bit better, not completely confident, nerves a little bit less. First 5K, the hardest 5K I've ever swum. It was basically like swimming but getting punched in the face, but you can't see where you're getting punched in the face from. become a team. Strongman swimming has become a team sport.
It's quite nice.
I'm just gonna keep swimming. I'm just gonna push this as far as I can until my body gives up.
You are going to sink like a stone.
You're not exactly the typical swimmer.
If I get caught in a tide, it could be 24 hours.
The plan is to put you in some pretty dark places.
This guy have a lot of guts.
This is the biggest challenge I've ever done.